Hey, we are now live and on the air. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to the Banff podcast. I am your host, Mike Lafferty, and today we are doing a session of icons with John McMullen as our, I think the term is still Game Master in icons, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, John,
I
thank
am
you very
not the
much.
editor or the DM.
I really appreciate you taking the time out to do this for us.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you giving me the chance.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've run icons on this podcast, and given how many icons products I produce as a publisher, seems like I should wave the flag every once in a while. Anyway, here with me today is Walt Wilbur Billiard, frequent co-host, frequent host, and it'll just be the two of us running through John's adventure. How you doing, Walt?
Cheers.
Hey, John, you want to give us the setup?
All right. I prevailed on Mike to let me run this in the setting for Jim Gardner's book, All Those Explosions Were Someone Else's Fault. And that turns out to be timely because the second book in the series is they announced the pre-order, so that's fine.
So the author is named Jim Rose, and the series
James Allen Gardner is where you'll find him, and
Gardner,
right, GAR, and it is a superhero book. The basic setup I will give to you in as few sentences as I can. In 1982. Monsters of the World decided to make evil a paying proposition by selling being a monster. And 35 years later, most of the wealthy people are vampires, werewolves, ghosts, whatever. They don't see it as being a monster. They think of it as being immortal with the occasional drawback. And after about 20 years of that, superheroes showed up. The best way to think of it, they don't hate each other in sight. The best way to think of it, for me anyway, is all the dark are kind of like Lex Luthor, right? They have incredible resources. They can do stuff. But, Lex actually does a lot of good for the city of Metropolis, aside from the occasional wanting to kill an alien menace. So these guys think they're perfectly good. Superheroes think they're perfectly good, and they conflict.
Okay. So how do we open up? What's the opening scene?
Okay. For an opening, I think we will claim that your sister, who you have temporarily hired as your assistant, has booked you into the Owen Sound. Brief digression. I'm using a real place, but do not confuse what I'm about to talk about with the actual real place. It has some of the names in common and maybe some of the population density. That is pretty much it. So do not confuse this for reality, anybody from Owen Sound or Bruce County. So we will start with the cowl, whose real name is, I believe, Mateo Rodriguez.
See, that's all right.
True. You have been inveigled by your assistant to come to the high school. So has Mike's character, Mark Walsh, I think, has been inveigled. They have had a career day. You were speaking about the wonderful things of being in medical technology. Mateo, you know that you guys hire the cream of the college, and Mark just wants to make sure that people keep going into architecture. So you have finished up. It's up to you whether you know each other's identity. You are in civvy clothes, and both your smartphones go off with whatever you have for the trouble alert, saying that at the college, which is only about 100 yards away from you guys, there's a problem.
Okay. Well, hey, before I forget, I should mention that Sable Links was created by a nice fellow named Pierre Toulouse back during the Stark City Kickstarter.
All right.
He got to contribute a character as one of his backer awards. So thank you very much, Pierre. And Sable Links is, as you see, still alive and well. We've got that alert. I think it's probably time we hoof it out of the high school and see what's happening over at the college.
Now, do we know each other, like professionally,
Up
as
to you guys.
superheroes?
Maybe we'll
Up
just
to you
run
guys.
like superhero bowling night, but we haven't actually like teamed up before.
I love superhero bowling night.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, superhero bowling.
Justice League Shorts did it. We can do it.
Yep. Superhero bowling partner. Perhaps we should do a team up, as they say in the biz.
Let's do it. And
All right.
much like the modern rendition of Moon Knight, I reach into my jacket pocket and make sure that my little cowl is there, just so that I can just throw it over and still be wearing my suit.
All right. And your costume is handy, I am sure. There is a thrilling, they changed their costume sequence in a nearby janitorial closet. And then off you head. You can see people streaming out of, there are two entrances to the college from the side you're going to approach. You can see people streaming out of one. And they are, it is not the main entrance. It is the entrance by, from previous visits, you know this, the giant marine simulator, the saltwater tank they keep there. Or the,
Now, are they streaming out of the building as in everybody is running out of the building, or are they streaming out of the building as in everybody's on YouTube and Instagram?
They are running from the building because there is something bad happening inside.
I think we're losing your audio there, John.
Oh, okay. I will.
That is much better now.
Okay. Well, I have an alternate set of headphones if necessary, but if we get to that point, I'll have to say, excuse me, I'm changing.
Okay. All right. No worries. So everyone's running out of the college building, it sounds like?
Yes. It is mid to late September, a beautiful sunny day, but it's about 3 in the afternoon. So it's late in the day for the college, so it's not heavily attended, but people are leaving in a hurry.
Okay.
Fire escape?
Fire escape. That's the dramatic way to do this. Let's do a fire escape.
All right. It's a college, guys. It doesn't have huge security, so if you want, you can get up to the fire escape. Both of you are nimble and athletic. You can do that easily. Pop in and you come out. Oh, let's say that this is an actual map of Georgetown College. Let's say you come out, I don't see stairwells. So I'm going to claim you're here.
And John is referring to Roll20, which we were using in the background to.
Right. So I'm going to say that you come in one of the corridors down from you arrive. One of the corridors you can look out past, and there are 3 students whose demeanor seems oddly robotic, being attacked by poor unfortunates who are covered with hair and pretty obviously have no mental faculties. Their fingernails are stunningly long, but they are wearing, Gap clothes and just regular student garb. So something, you can see beyond them that there are several people threatened by more of these long-haired beast men. And there's at least one man who looks out of place because he's wearing a suit, unconscious on the floor.
Okay. Now I'm looking at the map. Have you lit up our positions on here?
I have not put you guys on,
okay.
But you probably want to be there.
Okay. So we see a couple of students who are acting oddly robotic being attacked by beastmen.
Yes, the oddly robotic students are linking arms next to an office. So they are using their body to block the entrance.
That seems very odd. In this setting, werewolves are common and an accepted part of society, right?
Yes, werewolves must be wealthy and good. I mean, maybe they're not, but that is the popular perception.
All right, so I probably shouldn't just start punching werewolves.
No. You know that people who have become one with the dark eventually succumb to the Nietzschean saying that as you stare into the dark stares back into you. And some of them go nuts, but of course, you have that problem with any kind of serious health treatment, at least in this world.
What do you think, Cal?
Hard to say because you got a group of furries attacking a group of guys who are acting like robots at an anime convention. So either we're looking at like weird mass hysteria, or it's really hard to tell who the good guys are going to be in this scenario just by rolling in. What's happening as we go in? Obviously, the fur dudes are attacking the robot dudes, and the robot dudes are defending. Are they attacking back? Does it look like they're attacking first?
They are just defending. And beyond them, you can see furry dudes, or as my notes refer to them, rage monkeys, attacking people who are neither robotic nor furry, just seem to be students.
Okay, so the werewolves are at least okay. So I will retract my claws because it doesn't seem like it's stabbing time just yet, and I will try to wade into the fight, trying to just de-escalate things, saying, hey, hold on a second here, folks. Let's talk this out and see what's going on.
All right, for this first combat, we'll just use Icon's minion rules. So if you do any damage that gets past their poor damage resistance, they're out. Okay?
All right.
So if we get to that part, what are your awarenesses? Remind me how good you are at perceiving things.
Let's see. My awareness is 4. I have specialties at a basic level in investigation and occult, lycanthropy.
Okay, and Walt?
Awareness is 5, and I have a stealth expert, and that's pretty much everything that could help me right now, except for punching people, which we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay, and somewhere up there between the robotic students and the exit door, by the unconscious man in a suit, you see an object that looks like an unexploded grenade. And it is clearly some kind of super science tech.
It looks like an unexploded grenade?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Well, we probably need to get that out of there because, stuff.
Because anything that looks like a grenade is probably a threat to the public good.
Well, it's a rumor. All right, so I'm pinging right now on the map on the fantastic Roll20.net website. Is it right near this door right here?
I just have to move the fantastic map because that door is. I have your avatars up and hiding the avatars. Yes, it is by that door, I think.
Okay. Do you have do you have an avatar for me?
I should have created one. Let's
I see Sable Lynxes. And Sable is coming out very small.
Oh. There is. Dun, dun, dun. Well, let us. I don't want any avatars. Okay. Welcome to the beautiful world of technology.
Right.
We work with technology every day.
The two students that are down.
Yes.
Those are the ones with the X's.
Yes.
Okay.
So I gave them X's to let you know that those are the unconscious ones.
Okay.
Man, that does look small. Okay. Well, let us. Well, we'll just enlarge him.
Cool.
There.
There you go. That looks a lot better.
Okay. And you should be able to move him.
Well, that's
Okay.
Mike's character is Sable. I'm playing the cow.
Right. So. Okay. That's Sable, and the cowl should be there too. At the same ridiculous small size. You know, I am grateful to Fabulous Roll20 for being there and being present, but Lord knows, even though I read about it, I never seem to get it right.
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
this is still you got to admit this is fantastic. Being able to do this across the interwebs like this.
It is amazing. So,
all right. So the grenade was right here.
Yes.
Okay.
The grenade is over there.
Is that door open?
Yes, it is.
I would like to use. Well, first of all, who's going first? Are they acting first, or am I acting first? Mike's acting first.
There is there are rules and icons for who goes first. I don't care about them. So this is a house rule, just to make it easier in life. Heroes, for me, heroes go first.
Gotcha.
So and we'll go in alphabetical order. So Cal, then Sable.
Alphabetical order by height. Excellent. Okay. I am going to reach into my jacket and go into my utility vest or whatever I'm wearing that has my utility stuff on it. And I would like to use some gadgetry in order to push the grenade, because I'm obviously away from it. So I want to push the grenade into the room so that whatever effects happen stay in the room.
Sounds good.
So maybe a compressed air launcher or improvised like thrown object, just to kind of like lawn dart that right into the lab.
I think you can just improvise a thrown object. Now that you're closer, you can hear that the grenade is making a high-pitched sound, and see that there are lights flashing on it.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey, I'm gonna kick a grenade into a room.
Okay, this sounds like things are going in a positive direction. I'm excited.
Let's hope.
Okay.
Grenade kicking, always important.
Oh crap! I didn't mean to roll a d6 yet. What? All right, so I need to roll. If you refresh my memory, it's 2d6.
Nope, it's 1d6.
Yep.
Plus, this is a thrown thing, so it's plus your coordination.
Gotcha.
So Icon's characters have 6 numbers. Specialties add to the numbers for the areas they're special in, right? And basically, hand-to-hand fighting or close-to fighting is prowess. Throwing things or ranged fighting or shooting is coordination. Intellect is remembering things. Strength is lifting. Awareness is noticing. Wisdom is all mental powers and being a heck of an impressive guy. So
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna use my gadgets. So
okay.
and so that's probably going to be coordination. So I'll roll 1d6 plus my coordination of 6.
Yes.
I'm going to do that, and I get an 11.
Excellent. Well, it's a tiny thing, but it's not actually moving. So it is a 3, and it rolls a 1d6 because that's like how life is in the game. And you beat its total of 4 by 7 points.
Yes, sir.
That is a massive success. You not only managed to knock it into the next room, which looking through the doorway you can see is a
Laboratory.
lab of some kind, and but you hit it in such a way that you depress the one side. You didn't know it could be depressed, but it had that look, and the lights go off.
Yay, no lights. Mike, you're
Right?
up.
The sound stops.
Okay, so just catch me up in the situation. Sorry, I was had some spousal aggression I had to attend to.
Okay. So the situation is you are in the college. You are by a giant tank of water that they use for marine simulation. You notice that it has a slight tang of salt, which is unusual because usually they use fresh water.
Okay.
You have very, very hairy guys in student clothes who seem to be mindless and attacking and have big long nails. You have an unconscious guy. You have 3 robotic guys, people who have a very robotic stance or effect, guarding a door, being threatened by 2 of the hairy guys, and you have 1 unconscious student and 1 man who looks out of place who's unconscious.
Okay, and Walt just kicked a grenade in the door, and what was the result of that action?
He managed to kick the grenade in and luckily turned it off. It is no longer making a high-pitched sound, nor is it have little blinking lights on it, because every adventure needs a machine that goes ping, and he has turned it off.
Okay. All right. So,
Werewolves, man. Werewolves or monkey wolves or something attacking robot students. Thing.
all right, and I'm guessing I left right after my attempt at de-escalating and get people to talk, and I'm guessing that nothing came of it.
The hairy wolf things, or we people who suffer from hypertrichosis probably object to this, but they did not seem interested in acting while the high-pitched noise was happening. Now, perhaps there would be a different result.
Okay. I try to put myself between the 2 fighting groups, the robotic students and the rather hirsute fellows, and I say, "Hey, we can talk this out. What's going on?" And
Okay.
We'll see what that gets me.
All right. So you get yourself in there, and there are 3 of the hairy fellows, 3 sort of robotic students. The students are just mumbling, "Protect him, protect him, protect him." And the big hairy guys are starting to slow down. Something was making them angry, and that they don't seem like they're in their full to their full senses, it does look like whatever was forcing them to be crazed is stopped.
Okay, so that's good news. So I see if I can get between them and de-escalate things. In this setting, do vampires have the same that kind of compel ability they have in some other settings?
It is not widely known, but you have a friend right over there who is in. No, you are an expert in the occult, and you know about werewolves and other things. Yes, if you gave your blood to a vampire willingly, he then has control over you forever.
Oh, great. Okay.
Did I mention that the college occasionally hosts trickle-down events where you get $50 for donating a liter of blood to the local vampire population?
Oh, wait. So if they willingly donate their blood, then the vampire who receives it can have control of them forever?
Yes. That is why it is not widely known that giving blood causes them to be able to control you.
Yikes. Okay. But I know this because of my supernatural background, and wow, that's
right.
That is a bit disturbing. Okay. So I like I say, I'm trying to pacify the situation, see if we can talk things out, because I'm a reasonable superhero kind of guy, and I don't always jump in stabbing first.
Okay. How shameful. I wanted to have one instance. Okay. One of the hairy guys, maybe the cowl will be in a place to handle this, is about to throw a woman in the tank.
Oh crap. Okay. So I had no success at all then, right?
No, you had great success. All the ones near you, he's the only guy left being aggressive, and it's more like when you think you're going to say something and they tell you something that makes it totally pointless, and yet you say it anyway. Throwing her in the tank is kind of like that for him. He's not mad anymore, but he's already halfway to lifting her up and throwing her in. He doesn't really have the brain power right now to say, oh, I should stop. So there's that. She goes kersplash in the tank, which is a lovely scenic tank. And from previous visits, it's 30 feet deep, something like that. And there is a shriek from one of the students. There are sharks in there. And thus ended their turn. They're mostly going to, students are running away. Hairy people are going, and robotic people are still being robotic, but they're not an active threat. There's just one guy who just threw someone in the tank of water.
Is it this girl right here that's in the tank?
Yes.
All right.
We put her in.
She at the top, or is she like below the surface? Did she rise up to the surface?
She has just fallen in, and you can see 2 8-foot sharks in there, which is really kind of odd because normally they just test marine equipment in there. Why would there be sharks?
Do they have lasers?
No, there are no lasers on the sharks.
Damn.
That's for later in the adventure.
All right, so now we have a co-ed in the marine simulator with the non-laser bearing sharks. Mike, did you want to work on wrangling some of these people and figure out what's going on? And I'll attempt to do some swing line stuff.
Yeah. While the cowl is working on shark remediation and rescue, I will try and talk to some of the hairy guys. Still keeping my claws sheathed and asking them what's going on. Since the robotic guys, I'm guessing, probably won't be answering me.
Yeah, man. I was like giving up because I was gonna go score some stuff. And all of a sudden, I was just so angry. I just had to tear apart anybody. And I hope that guy's okay. I knocked him out. I'm Harry.
Oh, you weren't aware that you were a werewolf before now?
I'm a werewolf? I mean, that's cool, but I can't make it go away.
This is a new thing for you then. Okay.
Have you tried scissors? Just kidding. Just kidding.
At this much here, I think it's more of a Nair situation, but so after talking to those guys, and I'm guessing they all have similar stories, I try and talk to some of the robotic guys and see if they give me any kind of meaningful response.
They keep mumbling, protect him.
I'm guessing if I attempt to go past their human barrier into the office beyond, they do not allow that.
You are correct, sir.
Okay, so that's my turn. Walt, it's your time to shine.
Swingy. Let's do this thingy. All right. So I'm going to attempt kind of like a Spider-Man thing.
There is stuff over the tank because they have to lower things in and out.
Cool.
So there's the crane apparatus up there.
All right. So can I use my my gadgets to pull something out of my belt, like either a swing line or like one of those like little sticky hands you get in the gumball machines that pick up paper, but bigger, so that I can grab her out of the tank and hopefully not feed the non-laser bearing sharks?
You bet. Now, the way that gadgets works, you can pay me a determination point and it's there, or you can make an int roll and go, yes, I remember where I put it. Aha. So your choice.
I'm going to spend the point of determination and say that the sticky hand is there.
Right. Okay. So you use it. And she is still conscious, so she will try and grab it. The shark is coming closer.
So my gadgets have a rating of 6, and I am going to use once again my coordination.
Right.
So I would I don't combine those. It's just the coordination or the gadgets, correct?
Correct.
So either way, I'm just rolling.
The level of a power is more its effect rather than using it to hit.
Gotcha. So it's still a 6 plus a d6. So I'm going to roll that. And what did I get? Did I get it?
Once again, you rolled stunningly well.
I got another 11. Right on.
And she is trying very hard to be rescued. So she is easy to get. And I rolled a little bit better, but you still have a massive success. So you latch onto her and can begin pulling her out. The sharks are at this point just normal sharks, and although they are intrigued by some big splashing around thing, she is 5 feet something and they are 8 feet, and they feel that really for proper eating you need a 3-for-1 ratio. So
right on.
Yes, you managed to pull her out. She is mortified and runs up to the hairy guy who threw her in and starts hitting him. And he is so dumbfounded by all of this that he's just letting her.
Well, now that we have somebody out of imminent danger and the hairy guys are not like bashing and throwing people, is there any way, Mike, that as you approach the three that are blocking that door, you might be able to say like protect him and walk like a zombie right through them?
I can sure try there, Cal. So that's my basic plan. Is I'm gonna, do that scene in The Mummy where the guy manages to bluff his way past the other acolytes. Let's see what I have that might be. Willpower is low.
Specialties.
I don't have acting.
Okay,
so,
then roll.
Machine. So, what would I roll to see if I can bluff my way past these guys?
Willpower.
Willpower. Okay, so I have a 3 in willpower. So,
right.
I will be rolling 2d6.
No, 1d6.
1d6. Sorry. Plus 3.
Okay. And these guys, even though that is a terrible roll, mine is worse. So you managed to get in. Inside, you see a vampire who you recognize, lying there with a stake through the heart. And the stake looks really weird.
Medium rare? What are we talking?
We're talking kind of like a pencil, except maybe a foot long, and you don't touch it, obviously. This is a murder scene now. But when you look at it, it's a thin veneer of wood around something pale.
Something pale.
Like fingernail clippings.
Okay, we're using my occult knowledge. Does this sound familiar to me at all?
This is amazingly not like anything you've ever heard of.
Okay, so I just know it's creepy and supernatural. I don't have any details beyond that. So, okay.
Well, he's investigating the room with the dead vampire. Can I go investigate that grenade and make sure that we can render it safe so that nobody else messes with this thing?
Okay. Yes, you can investigate. You have some technology knowledge. And you look at it. It was clearly built by a mad scientist. So it's not the sort of thing you go into the store and buy. But it has the earmarks of a limited production run. It's not like handcrafted, but there is a very clear arming mechanism. And there's a clear trigger, and there's a clear disarming mechanism, and while you're gripping it in a certain way, you can't switch it. So that looks like some kind of safety mechanism.
Okay. So Mike continues to be at the murder scene. I'm going to just box this thing up. So that nobody else is going to touch it. And then, Mike, what else do we got? Or should I say Sable Lynx?
You can call me Matt. It's all right. All right. Well, I guess since we're known registered superheroes, the smart move at this point is to contact the local authorities, let them know what's going on, and then I will, I guess, sweep the room for clues, looking for any indications of what might have killed this guy, and what was, just learning whatever else I can about the situation, because clearly something had mind controlled the kids who were defending this room, and I'm guessing maybe that was, the guys in the office, the dead guy, his last wish, and something else was mind controlling all the kids who were previously not werewolves. So I just see, after I called the police, I just, scanned the room looking for anything that would be useful and informative.
All right. Clearly there was a fight. Things have been upended. The desk was thrown. Whoever it was not up in the air, judging from where the desk was thrown. The vampires seem to have some abilities at weather control, because either him or whoever killed him made it snow in there.
Okay, so there's okay. And that's about it.
Okay, and let's see here. You hear a girl, I shouldn't say girl, a woman outside going, who sounds young. Let's put it that way. Going, he's my uncle. Let me in. Protect him. Oh, I hate it when they're like this.
Okay, so I guess we need to talk to her. So I go out and say, guys, it's okay. She's with me.
And now that they see he's dead, they all sort of slump, and they are suddenly caught in deep depression and cause no problems.
Okay, well, not the best possible outcome, but it's not a bad one. So I asked the young lady who she is and what she knows about this situation here.
Her name is Faith Thompson, and she's the nephew of she's the niece of the dead vampire, who is Lester Noble. And she says, yes, somebody was trying to kill the members of the family.
Oh, does she know who and why?
No, she doesn't know who. She doesn't know why. She knows what the grenade is, because she has one.
Okay,
And
the grenade?
It is, they paid some mad scientists to make them. They're grenades that emit a specific frequency that essentially triggers a whole set of endocrine changes in anybody who has ever given them blood.
Okay, so that was what caused the guys to act robotic and defend the room.
She goes, well, not exactly, but close enough. The guys who acted robotic also gave blood. They were probably they had probably not given blood since the summer. So, because that's when they started putting the mutagenic stuff in to create the hairy guys.
Oh, to create the hairy guys. Wait, who created the hairy? Who created the hairy guys then?
Lester, my uncle Lester, would have thrown the grenade. That would have created the hairy guys, and they probably attacked whatever. And then he retreated into the office, which only has the one exit, the one door, and told some people he could control to protect him.
Okay, so both of these groups of people were created by your uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a vampire yourself?
Oh, no, I'm not old enough.
Okay. Now, when you say you hate it when you're like this, what were you referring to?
People who are mind controlled are a nuisance.
Gotcha.
Like,
okay.
I'm not sure I even want to do the vampire thing. I mean, it's the family, but you know.
Do you have any idea who would want to hurt your family?
Do you have enough time? Do you want to get a coffee and we'll talk about the 30 or 40 or 50 people who have it in for my family?
I guess we'd. I guess what better, since we're looking at a murder scene. Are the police there yet?
I was just going to ask that, see if we can secure the scene.
Yes, the police have arrived, and they roll their eyes at Faith because not only is she a member of that family, the Noble family, but she is also studying to be a cop.
Oh, so they know her because it's a small town.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They know most of the law students.
Okay.
Or cops and police students.
So they probably want to take her away and question her for some time, I'm guessing.
She says, not till later. They probably won't take me until after sunset.
And why is that?
Because I'm a minor and they know that they'll be in trouble with my family if they don't let my aunt there, because she's a lawyer.
Okay.
And she can't go out in the sun.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, all right. So, do you have any feeling about who was responsible for this specific attack, or are you kind of at loose ends and just think it could be any one of 36 different people?
I think that because it was my aunt got attacked first, and then this friend of the family, and now poor Uncle Lester. I don't know. Maybe one of Uncle Raymond's old sweeties.
Uncle
maybe
Raymond.
My mom is too uptight to have made enemies.
Who's Uncle Raymond?
You know about Uncle Raymond because he's locally famous.
Okay.
Essentially, he's the black sheep of the family.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cal, what do you want to do?
Well, first I'm going to turn over this grenade to the police. Also, let them know that we found out that the grenade was originally touched off by Lester, and that more of these things are out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure that even though the weird, like, grimdark people that are all rich and stuff have a place in society, I doubt touching off one of these grenades is very legal. So that at the very least, they should probably remove them from the rest of the family that has them.
And it says, "I'll give you mine."
Oh, she just hands it over?
Yeah, she doesn't care.
She doesn't.
She's. Pardon?
Oh, it's just odd that she'd give up her self-defense that quickly.
She says, "I have Lois for that."
Who is Lois?
Lois
is my bodyguard.
And is Lois here?
Yeah, I mean, I ditch her when I can. And she says, "You're not giving it up." Yeah, I am giving it up. It's a legal investigation. Anyway.
Is she talking to herself?
No. There's a woman standing at a respectful distance.
Okay.
Think of her her bodyguard as, a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
One of the fabulous women of wrestling.
Gotcha. Okay. Does she appear to have any supernatural mojo going on?
A bit. Almost like she's been allowed to drink a vampire's blood.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That's probably how all of those female wrestlers get all crazy.
Maybe. I tell you, wrestling is very different in this world. Anyway.
So I guess we should talk to this other uncle who might have enemies or know who it was that staked the brother. We didn't touch this stake that's through the uncle, did we, Lester?
No.
Okay, and if do we know? Does Sable Lynx know enough about? Does Sable Lynx know enough about vampires and the occult to make an estimation that if we pulled this thing out, dude would just hop back up and be like, "Oh, that was a great nap."
He does not know for sure, but it is likely that is not the case. There are some vampires who can, and other members of Dark who act exactly like that, and some don't. And it's usually safe to say they're not gonna, but it could happen.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of variability in what kills vampires and what doesn't, but generally, a stake means you're dead. Sounds like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing happens to people, coincidentally.
That is true.
I know. It's like they have human weaknesses after all.
Okay. Well, Walt, you've got. How soon do you have to take off?
Probably about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Do we want to do a wrap up or do we want to do another scene? What do you guys think?
That's up to you guys.
And if Walt has to go, why don't I set the scene and then we'll wrap up?
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Right. So Faith gives you the address because Raymond has been going to a particular church lately. This is not uncommon because churches love the fact that vampires and werewolves are provable, that they're right there, because it means God must be true. So you should worship. But he has been going for some other reason. So you have the address. It is by the lake, the chapel by the lake. You are near Lake Huron. So you scoot over there, and there is a wooded patch surrounding a parking lot and a tiny church, which Sable Lynx knows because his firm built it.
Mhm.
And there is a car in the parking lot and a big truck. And you guys show up just as the scream comes from the church. Someone yells, "Who are you supposed to be?" And then the robotic demon bursts out of the truck heading for the chapel.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. And that's a cliffhanger for next session, hopefully in a week.
I hope so.
Okay.
And we'll get there. And we'll see you all for that. Mike, anything in particular? The characters are available from Fine Fainting Goat Products.
Yeah, both of these characters are available. I want to say in the Stark City.
They're both in Stark City. The cowl is also available in Justice Wheels.
Justice Wheels, where he debuted his premiere issue. Sorry,
That's cool.
that I don't know how that voice came out of me so readily.
You should be working radio, Walt. That was pretty nice.
It just felt right.
Yeah.
It really did. Although I've always wanted to work on, do the the voice of the guy that's on Spanish radio. En sábado. That'd be, yeah, never mind. All right, keep going. Close up. I'm good.
All right. Well, yeah, this was a good time. You guys want to try for this same kind of time next week, or do we need to have an offline scheduling meeting?
No, this is good for me.
It's good for you. Okay. Then I'll get back to you, but I think I can make it free.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. To our listeners, thanks for tuning in, and we will have the second session of this next time on the Banff Podcast. Talk to you later.
Robot demons.
Robot demons.
So long.
All right. And we're going to